Now, a former Marine says he has managed to fight off pirates who shot him twice during an expedition along the Amazon. 35-year-old John Bathgate from Midlothian says he and a teammate disarmed two assailants and paddled to safety in a Peruvian village. I spoke to John just before we came on air.
Our expedition was, we were planning to be the first team to navigate the Amazon River from its highest source, which is a volcano in Ecuador called Chimborazo. And we travelled down, first we summited the mountain and travelled down following the water courses from the mountain into the Pastaza River, and then followed the Pastaza out of Ecuador and into Peru, and eventually into the Marañón and then into the Amazon. From the Amazon, we were then going to follow it into Brazil and all the way to the Atlantic coast. Unfortunately, close to the border of Colombia, we were approached by two men, and they pulled a weapon on us, and we got into a bit of a fight with them, and luckily managed to get out of the situation, having been shot twice, but not seriously injured, and managed to get all of our equipment to the safety of a community downriver.
So remarkable that you came away so luckily, really. I understand the bullets went clean through your shoulder and leg, is that right?
Yeah, one of them went through my right shoulder and out the back, and the one in my leg entered just above my knee and travelled up through my thigh muscle and then came out again just below my hip.
Goodness.
So yeah, very, very lucky.
How did you feel, John? And were you thinking the worst at that point, or was there much pain? How were you feeling?
Yeah, well, as I say, they were very lucky shots, and due to the adrenaline, I guess, and not having hit anything major, didn't actually feel much pain at the time. It was quite automatic for both of us. We knew we had to disable their craft and ideally get the weapon, and because the guys were quite stupid, they came right up to us and allowed us to be able to close the distance on them. So yeah, the feeling there wasn't really any feelings. It was just quite automatic behaviour from us both.
And how much had you been expecting that something like that might happen? How much of an element of danger was there in what you were doing?
Yeah, we knew the element of risk. Unfortunately, there was a British reporter killed in the area last year, so we knew we were going into an area of potential risk. However, you never expect it to happen to you, and we'd been taking precautions to avoid these kind of scenarios. Finding out information on communities as we go down river, and the vast majority of Peruvians are lovely, warm, hospitable people. So you don't really expect it, but the risk was there, and we appreciated that it might happen.
And you actually want to go back, don't you? You want to return.
Yeah, definitely. As soon as we've fundraised and I've repaired my arm, basically, we'll be back out there to finish the journey and thank all the people that supported us as we were out there.
Yeah, how is your recovery? How are you doing?
Good. Yeah, I can do most things, but unfortunately my bicep on my right arm isn't working at the moment, so I'm hoping it's just nerve damage, but haven't really found that out yet, so I'm looking forward to an appointment with a specialist, and hopefully it'll be a quick recovery.
Yeah, and there's lots of emotions as well around going through an ordeal like that. How would you say you're coping with that?
Pretty well. Ian and I were in the Marines for quite some time, and during that time there was quite a high level of conversation, I guess, going into mental health and PTSD. So we were very aware of the effects that it can have on you, and we've been good about just chatting to each other about the event, and we'll definitely be looking out for each other in the coming months. But I think generally both of us aren't too fazed by it, and we're just eager to get back out and finish the expedition.
And you did talk about the people that helped you. How did you find not just the people that you came across locally, but the authorities as well after what you went through? Were they supportive?
Yeah, we were really fortunate during our time in Iquitos to meet a commander of the Peruvian Navy and also the mayor of Iquitos. So we had really good contact with them, and also the honorary British consulate over there and some other friends. So through all these contacts, we were able to use our Garmin InReach satellite communicators to get in touch with them straight away. And within 3 hours, we had an armada of support come to us from the Peruvian Navy injury, and they were very professional and hooked me up to a drip and cleaned my wounds and brought us back to Akita. So huge thanks to